Hello, this is Second Story Garage, and we're really excited today. We have Otis Taylor in the studio today. And let's start by asking, you have the Trance Blues Festival coming up. Can you, for our viewers who are not familiar with that, this is the third year I think you're doing that? Is that the case?
Yeah.
Tell us about what that's all about and what people can expect to experience.
Well, the festival's about, first we have workshops. We hope to get between 40 and 60 people playing music at the same time. And it's just, you don't have to be a musician. You can just bring a kazoo. We'll have kazoos there. We like to get a lot of classical. We'll have a violin player there and tuba players and trombone players, and hope that people come with their banjos. I know maybe a banjo player will come. And we just play my trance music that has no chord changes. So anybody can keep up with the music, see? So it's not that hard to keep up with because you can't. Then I'm my drummer, so everybody has a pocket. And when you get a group of people and they all play at the same time, everybody feels like they're playing good. Because like a high school choir, you could have a bad singer, but nobody hears them. See, so everybody feels like, wow, I'm playing really cool music, and they feel kind of spiritual, and they get to sit next to a professional musician. You know?
Now, this is something you do a lot. You go into schools and spread the blues in schools, right?
But not trance blues. I writing songs that I tell everybody. Everybody has a song. I tell them how the blues came from slavery and things like that, and it comes from sadness. So the kids write down what makes them sad. And I kind of score it, and then they read it. You know.
Can you tell me some of the things that the kids have written down? You asked them to write down something that's sad. What are some of the things that you've heard?
Well, one kid said, "I get the blues when my fish coughs." I thought I would have wrote that. Coughing fish. I thought that was so cool. One time, a kid, I was in Ottawa. I was doing blues in school, and all these kids were like from Ethiopia and all these Bosnia, and they're talking about they lost their uncle and this. So this other kid goes, "Oh, I get the blues when I can't have my Matindo." I'm like, well, that's not very heavy, geez. And then I realized because his parents were divorced and he could only have one at one house. And then I thought, whoa, that's heavy.
That can be sad.
Yeah, that was like heavy, and I'll never forget that because I was kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, everybody has their own blues, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like you can't be with your parents, so both parents at the same time, so you can't have everything.
That was part of that was wrapped up with being with that parent. Is the Nintendo. So you grew up in Denver's Five Points neighborhood.
Yeah,
and it's that's long been known for its music and its culture there. What did you experience in that regard when you grew up there?
Well, my father was they were beboppers. They were bohemians. I come from I'm first generation hip. My father was socialist. We won't go too heavy into it, but and so there's a sax player named Johnny Hartsfield and a combo player named Harry Hill, and so my parents partied from basically Friday night to Sunday night, so I couldn't sleep, so I hated it.
It would happen right in your house?
Oh yeah. So there were, but then I discovered the folklore center and I got into folk music.
The Denver Folklore Center.
Yeah, it was 4 blocks from where I was raised, so I'd walk right by going to school about a half a block. And then one day, my mother had a ukulele that broke, so I took it in to fix it, and never came out, basically.
Huh.
And just fell in love with the banjo at first, and then I kind of got discouraged with the banjo because I went to party with a band called the Dillards, and they said, "Oh, you're really good. You should go one of those frailing contests. You could win." I go, "Where?" And it was like, this is like 1964, the Deep South. I go, "I'd be killed if I went down there." So I thought, I don't want to play. These people hate me. And at that time, I didn't know the banjo came from Africa. Nobody really told me. Then about 15 years ago, on NPR, I found out the banjo came from Africa. But as a kid, I sort of stopped playing it because I started going more towards guitar because I was like, I'm not going to go down south and play banjo. It's dangerous, So then I kind of got more guitar harmonica.
But you came back to the banjo. What?
I never went away from the banjo, just in public. I just didn't want to. I played guitar. I was a lead singer and harmonica player in most bands. Until, and then, like in the 70s, I played bass in a different version of Zephyr when Tommy left, and the bass player wanted to play guitar.
Tommy Bolin?
Yeah. We had John Alphonse on congos and Candy Givens. And so I played bass for about 3.5, 4 years, and then I quit music. Came back in 95.
And now you do play banjo publicly, and you play it for us today. And
I like to play my electric banjo publicly because it's people don't believe it's a banjo. It's an electric banjo because I can be louder than everybody else.
Can you talk about your feeling about the banjo now that you know its history and you've come back to playing it in public, and what's changed within you to and your feelings about the banjo and what that represents.
I don't know if it's changed. It's just doing it. I did the recapture the banjo. I mean, with electric, I can get delay. I can do all kinds of really crazy stuff with it. Yeah. When I played electric, like the movie Public Enemies, the song "10 Million Slaves" is the sound that everybody hears is electric banjo. They think it's guitar, and they can't imitate it because they think it's guitar. It's electric banjo because you got that high string. It just gives you a whole different sound.
When you were growing up,
I have to play that now because of the curse. Because even on iTunes, I'm sold like almost 99,000 of that song on iTunes.
Huh.
So it's like I have
Now
to do it in public.
Uh-huh.
I'm cursed for life that I have to play electric banjo for the rest of my life in concerts.
Would you prefer not to, or is that okay?
No, just like I have to take it with me. There's just more instruments you got to drag around the country.
Right.
I'm lazy. I'm old.
When you were growing up, I imagine it was mostly jazz going on in your house? Or?
Yeah, jazz and soul.
And you started playing banjo when you were a teenager?
14.
14.
Yeah.
And so was that kind of, did that conflict with the jazz that was going on in your house and that came down from your father, or was that?
Didn't conflict.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Can you play, I haven't heard a lot of jazz banjo, but.
I don't play jazz, but I play sort of bluesy, old-timey.
Well, we appreciate you coming in today, and we really enjoyed hearing you play. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah. Watch the videos. This is Second Story Garage. Go ahead.
OtisTaylor.com.
Oh, do your plugs.
Oh, I just did it.
Okay, OtisTaylor.com.
And My World Is Gone, too, with Mato Nanji. New album.
Okay. And tell us when the Trance Festival is.
November the 2nd at E-Town. There's a crazy party at Boulder Outlook Hotel in the 1st, but the workshops and the concerts are on the 2nd at E-Town.
Okay. Right here in Boulder. Well, thanks a lot for coming in.
You're more than welcome, man.
Okay.